Ever felt like you just can't quite figure people out?
Oh, definitely. Like why one friend is always the center of attention.
Yeah, and another one's organizing everything down to the last detail.
Yeah, or you have the quiet one who thinks deeply, and then someone who's just, happy to tag along.
Exactly. And maybe, just maybe, you've looked at yourself and wondered, why do I react that way sometimes?
It feels like there's got to be some kind of underlying reason, doesn't it?
Right. Some hidden code. Well, we've been digging into a source that tackles this head on. Tim LaHaye's book, Why You Act the Way You Do.
We've pulled out some key excerpts.
And these excerpts propose a really interesting framework. It's this idea that a lot of our behavior, our strengths, even our struggles, might connect back to four basic temperaments.
That's the sanguine, choleric, melancholy, and phlegmatic types.
Mm-hmm.
And our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack the main ideas from these excerpts. We want to explore how this book presents these temperaments,
See how they supposedly shape personality.
influence our emotions, and really impact our relationships. It's about getting a handle on the blueprint the author lays out.
Yeah, and the book starts with this great analogy, super relatable. Imagine planning a trip with four friends.
Okay.
You've got one friend who's immediately just buzzing, like pure excitement, talking nonstop about all the fun stuff.
That's your classic sanguine, according to the book, all that energy.
Totally. Then there's the friend who, before you even finish talking, has like a spreadsheet open,
Already booking flights, finding hotels.
mapping out this ambitious schedule. They just naturally take charge.
And the book labels that the choleric type. Makes sense.
Then you have the third friend. They're quieter, maybe seem a bit lost in thought.
But they're the one reading all the fine print.
Exactly. Checking reviews, making sure every single detail is covered. That very thoughtful, analytical approach.
That's presented as the melancholy temperament.
Right. And finally, friend number four is just easygoing.
Sounds good. Whatever everyone else wants.
Totally.
Mm.
Just bringing that calm, peaceful vibe to the whole planning chaos.
Which the book identifies as the phlegmatic,
So does that sound familiar at all? Like maybe a trip you've planned?
or even just different parts of yourself on different days, maybe.
Yeah. It makes the whole concept feel pretty real, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And this framework, as the book presents it, offers some potentially powerful insights.
It suggests there are basically 8 key lessons embedded in understanding these temperaments,
And these lessons could really shift how you see yourself, how you see others.
potentially leading to better relationships, even personal growth.
So let's dive into what the author suggests are these 8 transformative lessons.
All right, let's unpack this blueprint.
Yeah.
Lesson number 1, the book really emphasizes, is understanding yourself brings clarity.
Right. The book suggests your temperament is almost like your innate wiring. You're born with these tendencies.
And they shape how you think, how you feel, how you act.
For instance, the author proposes that sanguines are just naturally energized by being around people. Social interaction is their fuel.
Whereas melancholies find their fulfillment more in, quiet, deep thought, introspection.
And what's really interesting is how the book argues this self-awareness can cut down on self-blame.
Yeah, that confusion about why you are the way you are.
Exactly. It uses the example of a sanguine person who struggles with routines, maybe feels bad comparing themselves to an organized friend.
But understanding their temperament means seeing it's about spontaneity, maybe not laziness.
Precisely. Recognizing it's part of their nature allows them to stop the self-criticism and instead figure out how to use their creativity, maybe, to stay organized in their own way.
It's like getting a map of your own terrain.
Yeah, so you can navigate it better, work with your wiring, not constantly fight against it.
Okay, that makes sense. So once you start seeing your own pattern, the next lesson the book hits hard is no temperament is perfect.
Yeah, this is crucial. The author is very clear there's no single best way to be.
Every type has its strengths.
And its flaws. They come as a package deal, apparently.
The book gives specifics, right?
Yeah.
Like sanguines are fun and sociable.
But maybe struggle with discipline, following through.
And cholerics, natural leaders, ambitious.
But can lean towards impatience, maybe seem a bit blunt sometimes.
Then melancholies are detail-oriented, great analysts.
But might overthink things, maybe get stuck in pessimism.
And the phlegmatics bring that calm, stable presence.
But could lack that inner drive or tend to put things off, procrastinate.
So understanding how these types interact is key. The book uses a group project example.
Right. The choleric might take charge, that's a strength, but the flaw is maybe steamrolling other people's ideas without meaning to.
And the phlegmatic strength is harmony, but the weakness could be staying silent, avoiding conflict, even when they have good ideas.
Exactly. The book suggests seeing these as just tendencies, not like deep personal failings.
And that's the first step to dealing with them.
Yeah. The choleric can practice pausing, listening more consciously. The phlegmatic can learn ways to speak up.
So it's about accepting the imperfections and aiming for balance.
Hmm. Which leads perfectly into the next point, lesson 3. You can improve your weaknesses.
This feels really empowering. It challenges that idea that your temperament locks you in.
Definitely. The author argues, look, your core nature might be set, but you can absolutely work on those less helpful tendencies.
It takes intentional effort, self-discipline,
Yeah, like consciously practicing focus if you know you get distracted easily.
or pushing yourself to voice an opinion if you're normally shy.
And the book gives a really practical tip for, say, a sanguine who loves chatting but misses deadlines.
Instead of just saying, be more disciplined.
It suggests working with their nature, like set a timer, work hard for 30 minutes, then take a short break to socialize.
So it's about finding strategies that fit.
Exactly, building focus bit by bit without trying to kill your natural energy. It's about adding helpful behaviors, not becoming someone else entirely.
Okay, moving from self-focus to others. Lesson 4 sounds critical for relationships. Understanding others improves relationships.
Yeah, this one can be a real game changer, the book suggests.
The core idea being that knowing someone's likely temperament helps you stop taking their behavior so personally.
Right, that choleric friend who seems kind of blunt or bossy.
Maybe it's not about you.
Exactly. The book suggests they might just be wired for directness, for action, not deliberately trying to offend.
And the quiet, melancholy friend who seems distant.
Could just be deep in thought, processing internally, not actually ignoring you.
The book uses an example of arguing with a choleric friend who always takes over plans.
Instead of getting frustrated, the suggestion is to approach it with that understanding.
Think, okay, maybe they're just wired to lead.
And then frame your input differently, like, hey, I appreciate you getting things moving, but could we maybe brainstorm together for a bit first?
Acknowledging their nature
Yeah.
and suggesting collaboration.
Precisely. The book argues this reduces friction, builds empathy instead of frustration, and ultimately strengthens the connection.
That could definitely make relationships smoother. Okay,
Yeah.
lesson 5 brings it back inside. Temperament affects your emotional health.
Yeah, the book draws a clear line here. Your temperament doesn't just influence your actions, but how you handle your feelings.
How you process emotions.
Right. It points out melancholies with those deep, analytical minds.
Might get stuck in negative loops more easily, leading to sadness or stress.
That's the suggestion. While sanguines, focusing on fun and the present,
Might tend to ignore or brush off problems, avoid negative feelings.
potentially, yeah, to their own detriment sometimes. The book uses losing a job as an example.
How different types might react.
Exactly. A melancholy might dwell on mistakes, get overwhelmed,
Replaying everything
while a sanguine might immediately plan parties, distract themselves.
and kind of avoid the whole finding a new job thing.
So the insight the book offers is recognizing these potential emotional patterns is key.
So you can develop healthier ways to cope.
Right. Knowing your temperament's tendencies helps you spot your triggers, manage emotions better, and hopefully avoid burnout or getting stuck.
Okay. Now, the next lesson introduces a different element. Lesson 6. Spiritual growth leads to transformation.
This is where the book suggests that while managing tendencies is good, deeper, lasting change, what the author calls transformation often stems from faith or deeply held values.
So drawing strength from something beyond just temperament management.
That's the idea presented. It's framed as a way to rise above the innate weaknesses of your temperament.
Are there examples in the book?
Yes. It suggests, for instance, a choleric who struggles with anger might use prayer or meditation, practices rooted in values like patience.
To become less reactive over time.
Or a phlegmatic might find courage through their spiritual growth to tackle challenges they'd normally avoid.
So the book presents this impartially, as a potential path for change.
Yes. It's presented as a perspective where internal values can fuel external change, inspired by one's faith or core principles.
Got it. Moving on to lesson 7. This shifts the focus outwards again. Your strengths are meant to help others.
Right. The book suggests your temperament isn't just for self-understanding, it's also about the unique gifts you bring to the table.
Gifts for contributing to the world to other people.
Exactly. The author argues each type has something valuable. Sanguines bring joy, energy,
Lightheartedness. Cholerics offer leadership, decisiveness.
making those tough calls. Melancholies provide depth, analysis.
Meticulous problem solving.
And phlegmatics contribute peace, stability, that calming influence.
So back to that family gathering idea.
Yeah, the sanguine keeps everyone laughing, connected, uses their strength.
Well, the melancholy is maybe ensuring the food's perfect
Yeah,
or fixing a tech glitch.
applying their strengths for everyone's benefit. The insight here from the book is that recognizing this makes teamwork better.
And gives a sense of purpose. Your strengths are tools for impact.
That's the perspective, using what comes naturally to you to help others.
Love that. Okay, the final lesson, number 8, feels like important perspective. Growth is a lifelong journey.
Yes, the author really drives this home. It's not a quick fix.
You don't just read the book, figure out your type, and boom, you're fixed.
Not at all. It's presented as a marathon, requires ongoing self-awareness.
Commitment, and just not giving up when you slip up.
Right. The book is an example for the phlegmatic who struggles with motivation maybe for years.
The advice isn't become a type A overnight.
No, it's start small. Set just one tiny, achievable goal each day.
Ah, the power of small steps.
Exactly. The insight is that consistent, small efforts build up over time. That's how real change happens.
So maybe they'll always prefer peace, but they can learn to push themselves when needed.
That's the idea. It's about being patient with yourself, tracking progress, not perfection, celebrating those small wins.
Okay, so those are the 8 core lessons from the book's framework. Pretty comprehensive.
But the author doesn't just leave it there, right? The source material moves into how to actually apply these ideas.
Yeah, practical steps. Step 1 is foundational. Learn your temperament.
Basically, take an honest look. Are you mostly outgoing, people-focused? That's sanguine in this model.
Or more goal-driven, assertive, choleric.
Detail-oriented, introspective, melancholy.
Or generally calm, easygoing, phlegmatic.
Getting a sense of your primary type, according to the book, is the starting point for knowing your strengths and weaknesses within this system.
Makes sense. Step 2 then is observe how it shows up.
Right. Once you have a hunch about your type, just start watching yourself, like that sanguine example.
Who's often late because they get distracted talking to people.
Yeah. The point isn't judgment, it's just noticing the pattern. Observation comes first.
Okay. Then step 3, improve one weakness at a time.
Crucial advice from the book. Don't try to fix everything at once. Pick one thing.
Like the choleric, practicing pausing before reacting.
Or the phlegmatic setting just one small goal and making sure they hit it. Small, consistent efforts build habits.
Step 4 brings it back to relationships. Understand others' temperaments.
Apply the framework outwards. Observe your family, friends, coworkers.
Try to get a sense of their likely temperament based on how they usually act.
Yes, and that understanding lets you adapt your approach. The book suggests things like praising a melancholy for their thoroughness.
Because they value that.
Yeah.
Or giving a choleric clear goals and letting them run with it.
Exactly. Tailoring your interaction.
Okay. Step 5 is use faith or values.
And again, just reporting the author's perspective here, reflect on principles like patience, kindness, humility.
The idea being these values can help moderate the tough parts of your temperament.
That's the suggestion, like the choleric, using prayer, meditation, or even just counting to 10.
To manage that quick temper before reacting, finding inner strength.
Right. And the final step circles back. Remember, it's lifelong.
Step 6, be patient, track progress, celebrate the small wins.
Except that it's an ongoing journey of discovery and refinement, not a final destination. Incremental growth.
So wrapping this all up, the core message we've extracted from these excerpts of why you act the way you do
Seems to be that understanding your fundamental temperament, as the book defines it, is really that vital first step.
It's the foundation.
Yeah, for understanding yourself better and improving how you connect with others.
And the book presents it not as some kind of box you're stuck in.
But more as a starting point, a launch pad for transformation.
Right. By seeing your strengths, facing your weaknesses honestly, and committing to that lifelong growth.
The potential is there, according to the book, to unlock more potential, build better relationships,
Find more inner peace, and just gain a much stronger sense of self-awareness.
So if this framework suggests temperament is like a blueprint you start with, here's a thought to leave you with.
Okay.
Now that you have this idea of a potential blueprint, what's maybe one small intentional step you could take today? Maybe in understanding yourself a bit better, or in how you approach someone else.
To start building the life and relationships you want,
Yeah.
starting from that foundation.
Yeah. Maybe just start by observing yourself and others through this lens today. See what you notice.